Alright, hey everybody, Mr. Beltran here. Okay, today we're going to work on some balancing. Okay, so balancing is the ability to hold your body in different positions. Okay, we're going to be using different body parts to hold those positions, trying not to fall over or lose your spot. Okay, please make sure you have enough space around you so that in case you do lose your balance and you fall, you're not going to bump into anything or knock anything over. Okay, that way you don't get hurt, you don't break anything. You will be needing a couple things today. You're going to need a towel. Okay, make sure it's a towel that you can stand on. So you don't want to have, use a fancy towel or anything. Double check with your mom or your dad, grandma, grandpa, an adult in your house that it's okay for you to use this towel for you to stand on it during our PE activity. Okay. Another thing you'll need is an object. Okay, not too big, probably about this size. There's a lot of different things you can use with that. I'm going to be using a stuffed animal. Okay. If you got something small like this, like a stuffed animal, you can use that. You can use a rolled up pair of socks. You can use those paper towel rolls or toilet paper rolls. Okay, you can use pretty much anything that you can think of. Nothing too heavy. Okay, and also keep in mind too that if this object falls, it's not going to break anything, or it's not going to break. Okay, it's got to be a safe object. Okay, so again, you need that towel. You need that object about this size. A little bit smaller, a little bit bigger is okay, but nothing too big, nothing too small. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and pause the video, grab your stuff, come on back. I'm going to go get my towel right now. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our towel. We're just going to fold it in half, so that kind of makes a square shape, and just place it on the ground. Okay. The goal here today is we're going to do some different balance activities and try to stay on that towel the entire time. Okay? Keep that object that we have, keep it close by. You will need it during our activity here, okay? So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to balance using our feet, our knees, our elbows, our hands. They're all going to be touching the towel. Try to stay on that towel the whole time, okay? It makes it a little bit more challenging to fit on the towel. Okay, especially if you're a little taller like me, it's a little bit harder to get on this towel. But we're going to do the best that we can here. Again, if you fall off of it, no problem. Just try again. Alright? If I go too fast, you can always pause the video. You can always practice for a little bit and then hit play again so that you can start over. Okay? So again, feet, knees, elbows, hands on the towel. Now believe it or not, this is balancing. Okay? Probably feels pretty easy because you have a lot of body parts touching the ground. Yeah, you could probably stay here a long, long time without losing your balance, without falling off of here. Okay, that object, place it on your back. Okay, try to see if you can balance without letting that object fall off your back. Okay, 2 feet, 2 knees, 2 elbows, 2 hands. Okay, so most of you, probably pretty easy for a lot of you. If it's not, no problem. That's why we're working on it. Okay, now we're going to cut it in half now. Now you can only use one hand, one elbow, one knee, one hand. One foot. Okay, lots of different ways you can do it. You can do opposites. So I can use one hand on this side, one elbow on this side, one knee on this side, one foot on this side. That's what I'm going to try first. Okay, so I got one hand, one elbow, one knee, one foot. Okay, I'm holding it, balancing. Still not too bad. I'm balancing pretty well on this. Okay. Again, you could try putting that object on your back as you do it. This might make it a little bit more challenging for you. Okay. Same thing. One hand, one elbow, one knee, one foot. Touching that towel. Try to keep that object on your back without letting it fall. Okay. Another way to do this is you could do one hand, one elbow on one side, one knee, one foot on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and try that this time. One hand, one elbow, one knee, one foot. Okay, holding it. You want the challenge? Stick that object on your back while you do it. Okay, try to hold it. Okay. Another way to do it, all on one side. Hand, elbow, knee, foot, all on either the right side or left side. Okay? And then I'm going to try to stick that object on my back. Okay? Now this one might be a little trickier here because you're probably leaning to one side or the other. I can tell out of all the ones we've done so far, for me, this is my most challenging right now. This is the hardest for me. Okay, it might be for you also, or maybe one of these other ones were a little bit harder. Okay, each person's different. Now we're going to switch it now. We're going to go with feet, knees, hands. Okay, so feet and knees, hands. Again, this is probably pretty easy. Most of you are probably used to this, kind of like in a crawling position. Okay, get that object on your back again if you want to try to make it a little more challenging. Okay, now let's cut it in half. Okay, one hand, one knee, one foot. Okay, we can go alternating. So I got one hand on this side, one knee, one foot. Okay. We can also go all on the same side. One hand, one knee, one foot. Oh, now I can feel my body shaking a little. Oh, dropped my object. That's okay. Hey, if yours falls off like mine, just try it again. Okay. Now when your body is shaking while you're balancing, that's your body learning how to balance. Okay. So if you feel yourself wiggling around, wobbling around, that's a good thing. Your body's learning at that time, okay? Because it's learning how to adjust to make yourself balance better, okay? Let's try it again. Instead of hands, we're going to switch it to elbows. So it's still going to be feet, knees, but now it's going to be elbows. A little bit more tricky because you're probably not used to being on your elbows as much as you are your hands. Okay, now this is probably pretty easy for most of you still, but now we're going to switch it to the one elbow, one knee, one hand. Okay, so I'm going to go one elbow, one knee, 1 foot, I mean. I'm going to try it with that object on my back, my little stuffed animal here. Trying to hold it. Okay, I'm going to try it now all on one side. So I'm going to do elbow, knee, and foot all on one side. Lift up the other side. Oh, again, I can feel it. Oh, lost my object. Again, on that one, I can feel my body wiggling around, wobbling. It's a little bit more challenging. Okay. You can also try it with all left side, try it with all right side. Okay, it might be easier on one side than the other because you're right-handed or you're left-handed. Okay, so just play around with it, experiment a little bit. Like I said, pause the video so that you have some more time to practice a little bit, and then play it again. That way you can try some different ways. Okay, so now we're going to do feet, knees. Okay, you could do it down here. You could do it up here. You'll probably notice that when you sit back a little bit, it's a little bit easier. Okay? It's a little bit easier to balance like this because you're basically kind of like you're sitting down, except you're sitting on your feet. Instead of just lifting it up here, you got a little bit less support here. Okay? Now we're going to go with 1 foot, 1 knee. Let's try 1 knee on one side, 1 foot on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to go 1 knee on this side, lift up the other knee, and then 1 foot down. And I got to lift up that other foot. Okay? Now, for this one, if you want a little bit more challenge, you can place that object, your stuffed animal for me, you can put it either on your back and you would have to lean forward, or you could try it on top of your head if you want. Okay, so a couple different ways to do it here. I'm going to try it on my back here, but you can also, try it on your knee. I'm sorry, you can also try it on your head if you want. Oh, there it goes again. Maybe I'll try it on my head this time, see if that makes it easier. Okay. Oh, no, it doesn't make it easier. It's still pretty hard for me. Alright, so let's try it now. 1 knee, 1 foot, same side. Okay, so on this one, you're going to have to lift up that other leg, your hands up. Okay, I know for a lot of people, sticking your hands out to the side helps you balance a little bit easier. Okay, so you always can do that. Again, take that little object you got, balance it on your head, balance on your back, trying to see if you can keep it on there while you're on 1 knee, 1 foot. Oh, staying on for me a little bit here. Okay, my body's wiggling around, but remember, the more it wiggles, the more it's learning how to help balance your body. Alright. So, we've done a bunch. Started with a lot of body parts, made it less. Now we're going with 1. So let's get up here on 1 foot. Okay. Now for this one, depending on how high you lift this other foot, makes it easier or harder. So if I just lift it up just right next to it a little bit, for me this is going to be the easiest. But if you lift it up in front of you, the higher you lift it up, the harder it might feel to balance. Okay? You can also do it in back of you. Okay, same idea. The more you lift it in back of you, the harder it is to balance. I can feel my legs starting to shake a little bit more when I do this, as my leg lifts higher. Okay? And let's try one more here, lifting out to the side. Now you can also try doing it to the other leg, again, to see which one you like better, right or left, or which one's easier or harder. Okay? That object that you have, you can place it on top of your head while you're balancing. Try to keep that on your head as you try. Okay? Lifting that leg in front of you. And then going in back of you. Oh, I can feel it starting to fall. And then up to the side. Okay, again, higher you lift it up, the more challenging it will be. Alright. And let's go with one more here. This one, for some people, super hard. For some people, super easy. Still doing one body part. Gonna be the one you sit on. Okay, so I'm gonna sit on it, lift up those legs, lift up my hands, nothing else is touching it. This one, you gotta put on your head or on your chest if you want to balance it. And try to hold it here. See if you can hold it for 10 seconds. Okay? Let's see here. Ooh, I can feel it shaking. 5 seconds left. Hold it. Keep going. Keep going. And stop. Alright. So that's a little bit of balance activities there. Okay? Again, you can go back to the video, practice some of those again, or you want when the video ends, you can practice some of those on your own, just doing some different amount of body parts. Okay, you can do it with the object, trying to make sure it doesn't fall off of you while you do it. Okay, when you're done, don't forget to do those stretches and then fill out that Google form. I'll see you next time.